Day 609 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1805, number of different integers in a string. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You are given a string word that consists of digits and lowercase English letters. You will replace every non-digit character with a space. For example, the string A123BC34D8EF34 will become 1233484. Notice that you are left with some integers that are separated by at least one space: 123, 34, 8, and 34. Return the number of different integers after performing the replacement operations on Word. Two integers are considered different if their decimal representations without any leading zeros are different. All right, y'all, so that sounds pretty simple, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples anyway, just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input word equals a string A, 123, B, C, 34, D, 8, E, F, 34. The output is 3 because that means there are 3 different integers after performing the replacement operations on Word. So let's see how we got those 3 integers, right? It says the 3 different integers are 123, 34, 8. It says, notice that 34 is only counted once. So if you look at this string right here, boom, let me just copy and paste this so y'all could get a visual representation of what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace every non-digit character with a space. So non-digit, that just means every, in this case, it'd be every letter, but it could, just in case they have a dash or something, just every character that is not a number, we're going to replace with a space. So we turn this A to a space, turn this B to a space, turn this C to a space, turn this D to a space, turn this E to a space, and turn this F to a space. After we complete those operations, now we are left with 123, 34, 8, and 34, right? But we want to return how many different integers after performing the operation, right? So since 34 and 34 are the same, we only count them once, right? It says right here, notice that 34 is only counted once. So if we only count 34 once, we have one integer here, that's 1, then 2 for 34, that's the second integer, and then 3 for 8. So in total, we have 3 different integers. If it was a set, we just get rid of this, and it looks something like this. And then at the end, we have 3 different integers. Boom. So just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 2 where the same principles apply. In this case, we have the input word equals a string LEET 1234 CODE 234. The output is 2. That means there are 2 different integers after we turn every non-digit character in a space. That's 1,234 and 234. So once again, just excuse me, if y'all need to visualize it, come right here, turn this L to a space, turn the E to a space, turn the E to a space, turn the T to a space, boom. Then we turn the C to a space, turn the O to a space, turn the D to a space, turn the E to a space. And now we're just left with these 2 integers right here, and in total there are 2 of them, so the output is 2, boom. Now, just in case you still need some help, let's look at example 3 where they may try to throw a trick question our way. Now, in example 3, we have the input word equals a string A1, B01, C001. And the output is 1. The explanation says the 3 integers 1, 0, 1, and 0, 0, 1 all represent the same integer because the leading zeros are ignored when comparing their decimal values. So in this case, boom, once again, let's copy and paste it over here. Turn this A to a space, boom, turn this B to a space, boom, turn this C to a space, and we're left with this, right? It says right here, 2 integers are considered different if their decimal representation without any leading zeros are different, right? So in this case, we have leading zeros. Without the leading zeros, there is no difference, right? Boom, it's all 1. So we just count this as the same integer as 1, so thus the output is 1. Now, I hope that makes sense to y'all, and now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution's not that difficult at all. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to split the string into substrings wherever a numeric character appears, and this results in an array of numeric substrings and still has substring types. So we're going to come right here, declare a variable called substrings. We'll set that equal to word.split. Open up the parentheses, we're going to say where separator colon, open up the brackets, we're going to say exclamation point $0 dot is number. So this is just going to split every time we see a character in Word that is not a number. Then we need a dictionary used to store the unique integer strings, and then the bool value is irrelevant, only the keys matter in this case. So we're just going to give it a default bool, but that won't really matter. So we're going to declare a variable called dict colon, we're going to say dict equal to, so it's going to be equal, not colon, to a dictionary. Key is going to be a string, colon. Then once again, the value is going to be a Boolean, but that's just for default. We're not really going to need that. Boom. Then we need to iterate through each numeric substring. So we're going to say for I and 0 dot dot less than substring dot count. We're going to open up the brackets and we're going to remove leading zeros while the number has more than one digit. And this ensures numbers like 001 or 01, like similar to an example 3 right here. This is going to make sure numbers like that are treated as the same. So we'll come right here and we'll say while substrings square bracket I dot count is greater than 1 and 2 and signs substrings square bracket I dot first equal, put the exclamation point, then put equals, open up the quotation marks and pass in a 0, so equals 0. Then we'll open up the brackets and we will say substrings square bracket I dot remove first. Put the parentheses, boom. Now we need to convert the clean substring to a string and store it as a unique key. So we'll come underneath this and we'll just say dict square bracket string colon, open up the parentheses. We're going to say substrings square bracket I, come outside of all of those brackets, and we're going to set that equal to true. Now we just need to return the number of distinct integers, which is the number of unique keys in the dictionary. So we could just come right here and we could say return dict.keys.count, y'all. Boom, that should be all she wrote. Let's give it a run. Make sure it runs correctly before we submit it, and we have an error. This should be substrings with an S, so let's run it again. Hopefully that does the trick. Boom, it's accepted. So now let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see, y'all. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.